So he lands Crime City, he goes into the boss room. So one of the main things you need is a shotgun and an AR. He gets into a fight, gets an easy kill. So basically, he hears shooting, he sees this one kid, the kid cracks him. And then the kid, he gets an insane peek. So when you're in this situation, since he just got cracked over there, you want to go and so he got cracked. Well, no. So this is how it started. He hears a fight, he rushes in, tags some, I think. Alright, after that, so the guy, he jumps up. He's low on health. The guy doesn't heal at all. He has a couple of minis. The guy should have popped his minis and then gone back down and got a kill. Also, before getting in a fight, you should focus on getting shields or a big pot first. Because if you have the shields, you have the advantage. Because if you don't have shield, you can get 200 pumped instantly. As you see, he hears the guy pickaxing. He gets cracked. But then the guy messes up a medic, and then Twitch kills him. And he's getting contested. See, whenever you have shield or a Y, you need to heal up instantly if you get cracked. He is slowly taking a big pot because he has time. Always carry a shotgun and an AR. He cracks a kid, he applies pressure, he steps back a little and runs and gets away. So going back to the situation where there's a kid right there, you see he cracks a kid. The kid has the edit. If he sees the kid and then the kid has nowhere to go except for that side, so he predicts where he's gonna go. So what I will do here, he did a good job at spraying and contesting the kid and applying pressure, as you can see there. And then I feel like he should have played more defensive. He should have got up on height, built 2 boxes around him, and then pieced him. And then he just starts leaving the kid be. At that point, and then the kid starts rushing him and applying pressure. You take this time, getting refreshes every second, and then she just gets mapped. See, sometimes you need to take it slow. Taking it slow is good for getting more defensive. Some fights you need to play a defensive, and some fights you need to play offensive. In a defensive fight, you should build at least 2 boxes and then make sure he doesn't have a peek on you. Also, whenever you get the gold effect from the water, you always need, or when pickaxing the gold stones, you always need to focus on getting the mats that are harder to get. For instance, longer and it gives you more. If you focus on wood, you get less in the amount of time. See, he applies pressure, shotgun, AR, and stays back. He jumps down, pickaxes the builds and makes them his. He applies pressure. Always place the cone in a box. Never place like a stair, because if you place a stair, you can't hit a shot. If you place a cone, you have more open space and you can hit a quick shot like with your shotgun. What's good about here, he plays Storm to get this Volt. He's getting a good amount of refresh and he's getting a good amount of gold as he has 872 gold. He doesn't play too long in Storm because there's Surge. He grabs splashes and loots up for whites. You can stay in Storm, but when it's 1 tick, you need to get the heck out of Storm. Don't stay in Storm for too long. So here's one tip. Whenever you're in Storm, or whenever you're in zone or outside of zone, when there's 30 seconds left, you need to make a quick rotate. Also, make rotates before the other players during the end game, so you have a bigger advantage. And so you get a head start and you don't get contested by other people on the edge of zone. See, he doesn't take too many fights. He counters them, applies pressure, but stays safe. Sometimes you should fall back and that position, the guy had most of the build and have that many builds. So he's going down for the gold. After it dies down, he goes back and gets the medkits and refreshes. See, he's playing Storm. When it's 5th to 6th zone, you need to get out of Storm. It's 4th zone, he's starting to make it to zone. Also, always try to stay up on height, no matter what. When it's really good to stay on the edge of zone because not a lot of people can test you, but in in-game, you need to get to the center of zone. So start making your way near Shining, and then what I would say you should do is you should make your way and go over towards the mountainish area, because there could be a rotation there with the ball zone. Looks around, looks for kids. Also, when there's bushes, be prepared, but you should try to not counter bushes. Stay on the edge of zone. When you're on the edge of zone, there's not too many people on the edge of zone, not too many fight, but in endgame, see, this is endgame, you need to stay more to the mountains, the higher areas. You see someone tries to get the beam, but then there's a kid right there. Watches around, uses the bat to rotate, builds 2 boxes, and looks for players. He tags the person right there. As soon as you see someone, you can just start making tags as they try and make it rotate. Since he's on the edge of zone, I will start making it rotate when there's 30 seconds left. Always try and make sure you build, because people could be behind you and you could get a beam from that side. It's one mistake he makes. He uses the island. He cracks a kid right there. He made 2 boxes, which is really good. If you make 1 box, you won't have enough space to move around, and it's more insufficient. There's 30 seconds left. I would have made him rotate. What he didn't do is he didn't maintain his height. He was good on height before up there, then he jumped down and tried to counter these fights. One thing you need to do is always stay up on height. You'll guarantee your chance by 90% to win. He gets stacked right there, then he gets a 3rd party. So in this scenario, you need to always stay in height. As you can see, as his last mistake, he didn't maintain his height. If you stay on height and focus on just beams and don't try and rush people, you'll eventually make it to 5 people in that game. So here's a breakthrough of what you need to do. Counter fights. You need to counter, make sure you always stay on height in endgame. Don't rush fights that don't seem safe. But also counter the hit beams in endgame. You don't need to go for those elims unless you need a refresh. Also look around for refreshes in endgame and you'll eventually make it. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. And follow my tips and tutorials if you want to become a better fighter in the cash crop.